Welcome to another episode of Inside Southern, a brief video program where we try to inform you of the opportunities, activities, and program that Southern West Virginia Community Technical College offers. I'm Melody Bovino, the host for this series. Today, our guest is the president of Southern and the First Lady of West Virginia, Joanne Tomlin, and she will be updating us on a number of topics that will affect you, the student. Welcome, President Tomlin.
Thank you.
I know a lot of new things are happening around all of our Southern campuses.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to say that. And the first thing I want to start off is our, here on the Williamson campus, is our applied technology facility that's going on. It's underway right now. I can't say that it's up or anything.
It is underway, and this has been a long process in getting the facility up and running here at Williamson. Several years ago, the legislature released bonds to the community and technical college system, and most every community and technical college is having an applied technology facility built on their campuses. Some are not having applied technology centers, but some are actually getting campuses because they are new and independent community and technical colleges. So at least every community college in the state has a new facility going up. Ours took a little more time through the bidding process, but we have finally got it going.
And that's what matters, yes.
And anyone who is driving by our Williamson campus, please take a look. It is changing every day. The construction company is working very hard at it. Of course, the weather is great, so they are able to work twice as fast, I guess.
Oh, yes.
But we're really excited about it. It's going to be about a 23,000 square foot facility. And the mandate from the legislature was that all of the new applied technology centers would focus and emphasize career and technical programs. So that's what we're going to be doing over here. And the building is constructed in a way that there is a large, what I call a flexible room, very high ceiling, and it would be big enough for us to house a mechatronics program or to bring large automobiles or vehicles in there, but it has the flexibility and also welding. It has the flexibility that if for some reason those programs are no longer needed, we can easily move them out and move something else in. And we're going to be moving our respiratory care technician program into that facility. We have a brand new lab. It'll be wonderful. We'll have a computer lab. We'll also have a room which we call exercise physiology, and that is becoming an up-and-coming program.
I know. I hear it all the time.
It is, so we're looking to begin a program there. And then we're going to move some of our administrators to the new facility and then review and recreate some space here on the Williamson campus to do some new things here. So it's a great and exciting venture, and of course we anticipate also that within about the next year to 15 months that we're going to go ahead and purchase the Armory facility next door as well. So Williamson will have a beautiful campus.
We are just expanding, aren't we?
We are expanding.
I am, and that makes me very excited to promote Southern. So just hearing about this. And I'm glad that you're here and updating and clearing this up. But speaking about new programs, can you tell us about our new programs going on in our other campuses?
Absolutely. And of course, like I said, the emphasis, of course, is on career and technical programs. It has been a mandate given to community and technical colleges across the state, and for a variety of reasons. But over the past 5 or 6 years, we have created quite a few. Actually, to tell you, we have created 14 new career and technical programs at this college within about the last 5 or 6 years. So that is tremendous. We're still looking to do that because the focus and most of the jobs in the state really are going to focus on skills and career and technical type of programs. So we're looking for things that students can get a degree and work in the region.
And that's what I love to say. We have, at Southern, we have so much one-on-one, hands-on.
We do.
And that's one thing that I can promise you. We can, just talk to any of our teachers, talk to former students, talk to me. We have so much hands-on that when our students go out, graduate, and they do successfully get a position, they do, because they do have that experience where they can go out and automatically just jump in there.
Absolutely. So at our Boone campus, we will be starting this fall a new program in medical assisting. And we are really excited about that because we know that there are jobs available for students in this field. Unfortunately, when you're talking about a medical program, you're very limited on the number of students you can take. So we are going to be taking 15 students. I understand we already have 30 that are signed up. So that tells you something about the need of the program. But the program is a 2-year program, and the students will also be able to get certified in several areas like phlebotomy and EKG as part of the program. The instructor is certified in these areas, so they will have that degree. They'll be able to go work in physicians' offices and hospitals and actually be in the actual setting in a physician's office or doing some of the office type work. So they'll be very skilled in that area.
Yes.
And one of the other new programs that we started a couple of years ago was cosmetology over at Cosmetology Salon Management at the Logan campus. And this year the Board of Barbers and Cosmetologists changed the curriculum. And they are really now placing more of an emphasis on the business management aspect of that, which is what we have in our program.
Right.
So our curriculum is changing, and it really is going to be a great program. Not only do you get the basics of the aesthetics, nail, and hair cutting, but you will also get that business management side, which is something that is not offered any other place.
What a fantastic idea. And I do utilize our cosmetology students every now and then.
Absolutely. And you know, the public can come in and get haircuts and manicures or whatever.
Now, just on the roll of a lot of new things, can we talk about our new VP?
Yes, we can.
I'm excited about this.
We are very, very excited, and we have spent a couple of years actually without a Vice President for Academic Affairs.
Yes.
And we purposely waited a while because we were in the process of reorganizing the college. And we have created now a plan for the college, an enrollment management plan, emphasizing retention, recruitment, and we wanted to wait for that plan to be developed before we actually determined who and what we wanted in terms of a vice president. And basically everybody determined that we wanted somebody that could combine the academic side and the student services side together, because they work hand in glove, and you know that. You work in that area yourself, and you know how important that is for those two entities to work together. So we've put the plan together, and the faculty and student services area had participants in our screening committee. We had a long search, and we came up with several candidates interviewed. They were brought to campus, and we are very happy that Dr. Harry Langley from Pennsylvania will be joining us as the new Vice President for Academic Affairs and Student Services.
And I'm very, very proud to have him come in here to our campus. I know he'll do a wonderful job.
He will.
Just meeting with him, yes.
He comes with a lot of experience. He comes with a lot of leadership, and you know, sometimes it's good to bring new blood in. It's wonderful to promote people within, and we do that here at the college, but sometimes to get new ideas in moving forward in a world that right now is very uncertain in so many areas. So I think it's going to be a great thing for the college.
Yes, I do too. Not to intimidate our new VP by any means.
I don't think you will.
But we were ranked one of the top 15th community colleges in the nation.
Yes, we were.
Not to intimidate anybody.
and that really, you know, and that ranking came out last fall. And that ranking comes out about every 3 years. So when you get ranked, you keep it for about 3 years. And that ranking is based on many, many things. But one of the things that is focused on the ranking is the Survey for Community College Student Engagement, which is better known to all of us as SESI. But your students are given that SESI survey, and they're asked questions about your college, you know, what kind of programs, what kind of experiences you have, what kind of treatment do you have at the college. And then also they look at your graduation rates, your enrollment. They have a whole roster of things that they score you on. And I am so pleased to say that this institution, Southern, and most people in the area probably don't realize it, that we are ranked number 14 out of 50 community colleges, out of the top 50, out of about 2,000 community colleges in the country. So, you know, that is a real honor for everyone here at the college, because it's not all me. It's about everybody here at the college that works to help our students be successful, and it takes a team of people to do that, and you know, everybody deserves that success that we've had with that ranking.
Oh yeah, I just want to shout it out when I go out.
I know.
I want to have it on my banners and everything.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I think that'd be nice. Can you tell us anything now on the new emphasis being placed on community colleges?
Oh, absolutely. You know, community colleges have really historically gone through a lot of transition, and it has been going on for decades. Finally, in the mid-1990s, the legislature decided that they would call what was then called community colleges, bring more emphasis to the technical aspect of it, call them community and technical colleges. So we got the technical put in our name. But most of our community colleges, except for Southern, Northern, and Parkersburg, were not independent. They were components of four-year colleges and universities in the state of West Virginia. And it was very difficult for them to actually carry out the mission of the community college. Their tuition was the same as four-year colleges, and they really needed to be separated. In around 2000, the legislature finally realized the need to separate community colleges from those four-year colleges. Most states in the country have a separated system.
Right.
And they did separate us, and then the component community colleges went through a period where they had to go through an accrediting process to become independent. Now, in the last 3 or 4 years, the 10 community colleges in West Virginia are now totally independent. And it is a good thing, because if you read all the literature, if you see what is happening in the state of West Virginia, most of the companies that are being recruited, or most of the companies that are coming to West Virginia, are not requiring baccalaureate degrees, but they are requiring 2-year degrees or less and more than a high school degree. 80% of the jobs in the state through the 20s probably are going to require an associate degree or a certificate or a certification.
Absolutely.
And you know
I
that.
see it happening right now.
You do.
Just little by little you can see.
Absolutely. So the state and the business community, the industry community, is really focusing and pushing hard for people to understand, and for students and adults to understand, the importance of community college education and what it will mean in terms of meeting the needs of our workforce community. That does not, however, mean that we do not, as community college people, encourage people to go on and complete four-year degrees, go on and complete master's degrees, because education is clearly very, very important. But the emphasis in the state, from the governor all the way down, is clearly on community and technical colleges. If you read about the nation as a whole, there really is a huge transformation among everyone on the federal level all the way down to the state level in really placing emphasis on community colleges, because that is where the need is going to be for the next couple of decades.
That's your foundation.
It is the foundation.
And I like to go out to workforce, to workplaces, and I know you're already employed. I know people, you know, they have jobs, they have kids, all that, but it is so important to keep abroad of what your position is, to make sure that years down the road that, you know, you can still go up in that position, you know, because like you said, in the next 10, 15 years, everyone's going to have a certificate or a 2-year degree in that position. So I like to make sure that everybody is comfortable and knows updates, and just make aware of our
we'll
community.
talk more about that when we get to talk about community college completion,
you know what?
because there's a lot to talk about.
I feel like I've asked all the questions. Is there anything that you want to go through?
You just keep on going. But we will talk about that when we get to talking about the community college completion, because there's a lot of things that we have to do on our end.
Well, let's get into that. Let's talk about the community college.
About the completion?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I had the opportunity, of course we're talking about the importance of community colleges. And we are what we call very flexible, and we are more flexible most of the time than most universities or colleges because we can adapt very quickly, and that is one of the good things. If we begin a program, we can do it immediately, and if we need to stop a program, we can stop it immediately.
Right.
Most colleges and universities cannot operate like that. So that is why they're really focusing on us, because an industry may come in here and say, you know, we need 400 people trained in, and we need to get a certificate for them in this particular thing, and that may be all we need to do, and then we don't need to do that again for years.
Right.
So we have that flexibility. But I had the opportunity this year to serve on the College Completion Task Force, and I co-chaired that with Dr. Jim Clements of West Virginia University. And it was a real collaborative effort of K-12 people, of community college people, of university people, of business and industry leaders who came together and said, what do we need to do in this state? First of all, to get people to complete.
Exactly.
And then what does it tell us about community colleges that we are going to need to do to get people to complete? And there's so many things to do. And I'm just to show you, this is the publication that was completed. It is now out for people to read. It's a very simple publication of the task force and the recommendations that they had made. And I just want to go through a couple of these with you, just to tell you that the world is changing, and it is changing for community colleges, because people in this world today, we have many adults who need to go back and get retrained. Adults cannot always come back and spend an entire semester or 2 semesters or 4 semesters to get a 2-year degree. They're working,
Absolutely.
They have families, they have a host of issues that keeps them from coming every day. So, you know, that is one of the aspects that you have to look at. The other thing is, talking about completion, is America is falling far behind. And as the First Lady, and also as a college president, I spent a good deal of my time, probably a year ago, traveling around the state and trying to get people to buy into the fact that we have got to get people completing degrees. And why I say that is America, probably back in the 1980s, was #1 in the world in the number of people who completed college degrees.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
Today, we rank somewhere around 17. By 2025, we will rank the bottom of number of degree completers if we do not do something, and that means we got to make some changes. So some of those things that we need to do is we need to make sure that graduation at all of our institutions, whether we're 2-year, whether we're 4-year, graduation has got to be emphasized. We have always placed emphasis on getting enrollment, bringing in more students, and that's all well and good, but we have got to get them out at the other end.
Exactly.
We have got to get them to complete. It is absolutely critical for our country, economically, academically, whatever. We have got to get them to complete. So our emphasis is still on access, but our emphasis now becomes success.
Exactly.
We're moving access to success. So we have got to make completion a priority. We have got to reduce time that it takes for students to get a degree. And you know, you look at the stats across the country, people who are in 4-year degree programs are taking 6 years or more to complete. People in 2-year degree programs are taking 3, 4, and in our case, sometimes 6 years to complete. Why is that? Perhaps our scheduling, we're not offering enough online classes. Students have to take remedial education. They come in, they have to take 3 semesters before they can take a collegiate course. We've got to figure out a way to shorten that up. We have to figure out a way to embed that into college classes so that people can complete in the correct amount of time. Southern's already moved forward in many of those cases. We have already been working on embedded remediation classes. We have fast track classes, which students can come in and take a 3-hour credit in 2 weeks. And you know, you can complete a degree if you kept on going in a year to 18 months, you can get an associate degree in general education. So we're already working on some of those things, but we really have to bolster more online classes, hybrid classes. Students have to be able to take what they need based on their schedule, and we have to do better at that, and so do most colleges around the country. We've got to improve developmental education. As I said, that seems to be an issue. We get a lot of people coming in taking developmental remedial education, but not many get out. So we have got to figure out, how do we embed that? How do we put it into a regular English 101 class? How do we make that easier for people to be able to complete those things? We have to get more adults back into school who have been out, and we have to make sure that people understand, because college education costs continue to rise, we have to connect people to funding. Pell Grants, scholarships. We have to get that information down to them and their families early on,
Yes.
and then we have to help them through that process, because there is funding, there's funds available, and of course community colleges are so affordable.
Right.
I always tell people, if you come here for 2 years, you can still go on and get your master's degree from whatever college, or bachelor's degree from whatever college you want, but you're going to save yourself enough money that you can pay for your next 2 years.
Exactly.
And you know, those are the kind of things I think families are looking for, but that information's got to get to people,
Yes.
in order to enable them to complete and to be successful. So as community colleges, we do have our work cut out for us, because we have got to be emphasizing those things, plus the fact that we've got to be changing, we've got to develop more technical programs, you know, so that people can get the jobs that are going to be coming in here.
Right.
So there's a lot of transition going on, and I never want to say that we always want to be totally a technical college, because it is still clearly very important for students to be able to come here for 2 years and transfer seamlessly to a college and get a 4-year degree. We still need professional people. We still need doctors, lawyers, and pharmacists, and we need teachers.
Yes, yes, we do.
So we have to provide those opportunities as a community college to be able to make students successful.
But I think we're on the right track now, especially
are.
with this new incentive coming out.
We absolutely are.
And our new programs being developed. I mean, and if you really sit down and look at our website,
Yes.
you'll see all of our programs that are easily accessible and easily done.
Yes.
So especially in our education field, we have new programs just started recently.
Absolutely. We're developing, you know, we have a lot of articulation agreements. Of course, the state policy says in core courses they have to accept them at four-year colleges
Yes.
and universities now. But we're working on articulation agreements, continually updating those, and also 2+2 agreements. If you get a 2-year degree here in business, can you transfer that to another college or university seamlessly so that you don't have to waste any time? So we are also bringing 4-year programs here. We have
Yes, we
Marshall
are.
University education program here. We have Lindsey Wilson here. So providing opportunity for people who can't always leave the area but can go on and get a 4-year degree. All those things are very, very important in getting people to complete and also be successful in what they do.
Yes, and we are making it, as I look now, more doable,
Yes.
as you're saying. So
Yes.
I think big things for the future.
There are big things for the future. A lot of changes coming forward in the future.
That's a good thing.
But it is a good thing.
Yes.
Change is a good thing. A lot of people sometimes don't like to change.
Oh, I love it.
But it is a good thing. And
Yes.
you know, if you look at the positive aspects of it and all the good things that we can provide and do provide for the region that we serve, it's tremendous.
Makes a big difference, yes. Well, thank you for all these updates, President
You're
Tomlin.
so very welcome.
I enjoyed you. Thank you for coming on Inside Southern.
Anytime.
And thank you, President Tomlin, for being with us today and update on all of these topics. This has been another episode of Inside Southern, and if you have any questions about topics that we have discussed today, please call our toll-free number at 1-866-SWV-CTC, and please check out our website at www.southernwv.edu for more information on our classes, schedules, and opportunities here at Southern. Hope to see you all this fall.